by Spirit Tarot, and I'm here with the message for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other significant placements. Now, this is just a general message, so whatever I see is what I'm going to read, but it's typically going to be about your relationship to something or someone in particular. All right, benevolent ancestors, guardian angel, spirit guides, those that come to me in and through unconditional love only. What are the messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and any other significant placements? What does Taurus need to know, see, and be aware of? And what are the most important messages to, for, from, about, and around Taurus from the time they view this video moving forward? And this is one of your first times watching my readings, I would encourage you to subscribe and become an official sunflower. And to all of my sunflowers, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you. All right, let's do a couple more and we'll get started for Taurus. All right. Comfort, confirmation, or clarity. Whatever Taurus needs at this time, let's give it to him. Ooh, whoopsies. There we go. I'm going to get it together, y'all. I promise. All right. Taurus. First card out, we got the Three of Cups. We got the Ace of Cups. The King of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Two of Wands. Seven of Cups. Okay. Ten of Cups. The Tower. And the Three of Pentacles. Overall energy, the Four of Wands. I love this reading already. My smile just got bigger and bigger as I was pulling it out. It's not often that I get readings where the messages are like just overwhelmingly positive and just pushing you in the direction. So I love when I get to play this role, the role of almost like Cupid, of encouraging you to move forward with something that connects to your heart, encouraging you to take that leap of faith, because Spirit is encouraging you to take that leap of faith, okay? Most of the times my readings are like, stop, no, don't. But this reading is an absolute yes. You are connected to somebody, potentially a masculine earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And if they're not an earth sign or have earth in their chart, that just could be the way that they're presenting themselves to you, okay? I see this person being very confident in who they are, successful in their own right. They got money, okay? They have a career. They're trying to build a legacy. They want a family. They want a partnership, okay? And even if you guys don't want kids, I just say family in the sense of, combining two people together to create, create their own thing, okay? So I just see you connecting with somebody, or already have connected with this person, who's going to encourage you to leave your roster behind and take a chance on them, okay? For once, let's clarify that for Taurus, please. Before I get too deep into this, let's clarify this. One more to clarify. Thank you so much. Well, I got two more, I think, but that's okay. All right, we got the Moon, the Seven of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands, okay? We got the Judgment card at the bottom of the deck with the Six of Pentacles just under that. So positive. The Judgment card just talks about that this ultimately is your decision, whether or not you're going to move forward with this, whether or not you're going to give this a real chance, a real opportunity. I do see love being offered to you with this Ace of Cups here, this wonderful, beautiful card, and I feel like it is being extended from this King of Pentacles character. Like I said, they don't have to be an earth sign, okay? And if you're the masculine, this is you offering your love to somebody who is just trying to make sure they're making the right decision for their future. Both of you guys I see are like future focused or future minded. Not only do you want to marry somebody or be partnered with somebody who feels very comfortable to you, like your best friend, that sort of energy, you also want to be partnered with somebody who has goals for the future. It's not just about companionship now. It's about how do we move forward into the future, making each other better. I see you guys both desiring what I would consider a synergistic relationship in which both parties are great on their own, doing well on their own. You can stand on your own 2 feet. You don't need each other, but when you come together, right? I'm good all by myself, but I'm a force when we're together, right? Isn't that Neo song? That's coming through right now from this masculine's energy. They're like, look, I'm good right now. Like, we don't even have to take this any further. But you're the kind of person I want to move into the future with. You're the kind of person I want to move forward with. And if you want to move forward with me too, hey, let's go. Let's do it. I think the fear here is that it's too good to be true, which often comes up a lot in my super positive readings. It's like, do I deserve this? What did I do to deserve this? Did I ask for this? Like, why is this happening right now? Like, is it possible that somebody could exist who would meet all of my needs and all of my standards? Is it possible that I have a perfect match out here in this world, even though we are two imperfect people? And it is possible. And it is possible because it is happening, and it happens all the time, okay? Things like this happen when two people are totally prepared and they come into alignment with each other. Now, can you be totally prepared in the same way? You can't always be totally prepared for a job. You can't always be totally prepared for a child. You can't always be totally prepared to go to take an international flight. There's no such thing as being 100% prepared for anything. So let's let that go, that idea of being perfectly prepared. It's not real. It's not a real thing, okay? But I do see you guys being solid and stable enough on your own to come together and create interdependency as opposed to codependency. There's not going to be a time where you feel like this person isn't pulling their weight, because I think that they've already shown you that they're the kind of person who takes care of themselves, right? They're not somebody who's going to look at you as a partner and not see you as an equal voice in the relationship. They're not somebody who's going to tell you, well, I'm in charge, so this is, you submit to me. They're not that kind of person. I mean, unless that's what you're looking for, but I don't see it as that. When I see this King of Pentacles, the Queen is the match for this King, which means to me that both of y'all have your own pentacle, okay? And both of you have your shit together and you have your own stuff going on, to the point where when you come together, it just makes it greater, okay? They're not going to try to diminish you. They're not going to try to stop you or try to stop your flow or try to stop your hustle. They like who you are. They like the way that you present yourself, and what they want from you, they wouldn't even be offering to you if they didn't see a future with you. And they're taking a chance, they're taking a risk, because you could just decide, no, let's stay friends. No, I'm not ready for that kind of commitment. This is not really what I want, because maybe the timing is off for you. I do see that the timing might be off for you. You might be wondering, like I said earlier, why is this happening right now? Like, I wasn't even looking for this necessarily. Like, maybe in the grand scheme of things, you wanted to find this kind of partnership. You wanted to find somebody who would fill this role for you, but maybe like now was not the time. That's the only thing that I feel like is creating this confusion for you, is like the timing. It's possible that you're also in a long distance relationship and you don't know if this will sustain the test of time, or you're not sure how things would happen moving forward, like who would move to whom, and like who's going to make the sacrifice and all this kind of stuff. I don't necessarily see this person who like trying to force you to live their life. What I see them doing is literally just offering you this opportunity to grow this love, or to grow this relationship, or to see what can develop from this. It's not like they're asking you to change everything about you. They might. Okay, so for those of you who are already in relationship with this person, this could represent engagement, okay? And in which maybe some sacrifices might have to be made. Maybe they want to cohabitate at this point. Maybe there are some things that you need to discuss and talk about, as far as like how we split things, or like money matters and things like that. But all of that stuff comes with anybody doing this, right? This isn't just unique to your situation. This is just a natural evolution of the process. For those of you who have just been seeing other people, which I feel like is probably the more likely thing, seeing other people and still connected to other people, or both of you maybe had rosters, both of you still had other options, or both of you were keeping your other options open. I see that this is an exclusivity, right? A locking down of sorts, saying you're mine and mine alone, and I want you to, and I want to belong to you. That's basically what this is saying. It's like, I want to work with you exclusively. I just want you. Do you just want me? I think that you see the potential for this relationship. Once again, you're just worried that it may not be everything that is cracked up to be, okay? Let's clarify the 10 of Cups here. 10 of Cups for Taurus, please. Oh my goodness, we got the Lovers and the Sun. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You better let that baggage go. Okay, you better drop those fears, those doubts, those insecurities. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. Especially if you've had experiences in the past that felt overwhelming, or as if you were the one who had to do all the work, as if you were the only one putting in effort. I just feel like maybe you've had instances or relationships in which people weren't willing to meet you in the middle. People weren't willing to reciprocate your energy, but this is not that. We got the Lovers and the Sun. This is Gemini and Leo energy. Could be significant. It doesn't have to be. But when we see two positive cards on top of another positive card, the 10 of Cups, this is the dream, okay? And this is why you think it's too good to be true, because this is the first time in your life you actually felt this way about somebody. Sometimes we can go our entire life saying, I want to meet somebody, I want to get married, I want to have a family, I want to meet somebody, I want to get married, I want to have a family. And then when it actually happens, when it actually falls into our lap, into our hands, into our life, right? And we get the opportunity to experience this. It's like, oh shoot, I'm kind of scared now because this is what I've been waiting for my entire life. It's almost like having a dream become actualized, or realizing a dream before you were actually like fully, I don't know, before you actually really understood what that meant or how it was going to change your life. I see the only thing being a problem here, like once again, is your fear that things are too good, or that it's too happy, or that's too natural, or that because the risk of disappointment is so much greater when you allow yourself to lean into this being good and being a positive thing in your life and enhancing your life and being the love that you've been looking for, or the partnership that you've been seeking, an equal thing where people are reciprocating the other person's energy, where there's not just one person, or it's one-sided, or it's unrequited. This is real honest, like sunshine. You know what I'm saying? This is not something that's going to end in okay, I can't tell you how it's going to end. I can just tell you how it's going to begin. And how you work at it and what you do for it, what you're willing to sacrifice, what you're willing to invest, that determines the outcome of the relationship, not how you go into it. Okay? So I'll meet you there, right? But what are the chances that if you consistently think this is too good to be true, there's something wrong with this, I don't trust this, that you won't find a way to validate your own beliefs? It's called confirmation bias. So if you in your heart really believe that this person is just not the person for you and it's not going to work, and that's not who I'm talking about. This is somebody you've already visualized a future with. This is somebody who is just making it plain to you that they also see what you see, or they also feel what you feel. And maybe you're not used to that, once again, because you're used to things being one-sided. But this is the real deal here. And I would encourage you not to flub it up, okay? Don't let those fears and insecurities and doubts get in the way. You got to let that stuff go. The Tower. I do feel like this person might be catching you a little bit off guard. Once again, that timing thing with their offer, I think it might be coming at an odd time for you. And that's why it's so shocking. We have the Five of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Strength card with the Hangman at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so this person, if you guys have been like, if you had already been dealing with this person, and maybe you haven't been talking to them as much, or you haven't been dealing with them as much, or you haven't been communicating with them as much, it might seem like their offer is coming out of the blue a little bit. It might have disappointed you that you guys weren't talking, or that you were going through some sort of separation. That's not true for everybody though. Kind of what I'm saying here is that there was something else that you had to let go of in order to fully see the potential of this. And I'm not sure if it was another person, another situation, another relationship. I'm not sure what it was. But in the case that it was like, let's say you were dealing with like your ex or something. They were taken out of your life in a way in which like there's no going back there. So now you know there's the potential for something else died. Okay, so for those of you who didn't already know this person and take like maybe a little break from this person, potentially they were seeing something else out, or you were seeing something else out, and you weren't communicating as much, but you were still holding on to hope that maybe one day you might reconnect. It might seem like a little bit out of the blue for this. For those of you who that's not the case, there was something else or some other relationship in your life that gave you clarity on this relationship here that you had to lose first. Okay, this was somebody from your past. They could have been somebody who perpetually disappointed you. It could have been somebody who you were still holding out hope for to have a future with, that was not this person. And once they were eliminated from your life, or that relationship was totally and completely destroyed by the universe, that was the only way that the universe could get through to you, so you can make space for this relationship to blossom. So I would say, like, look, take your time, get to know this person, understand like their intentions, where they're coming from, and all that sorts of stuff. But I just feel like you see love differently. Ooh, the Empress at the bottom of the deck, right under this Hangman. You see love differently. Your perspective on your value and what you are bringing to the table and what you have to offer has changed. Therefore, the person who is coming to you offering you something must also be of that value, must also meet that standard. Do you know what I mean? I honestly think that nothing is going to hold you back from committing yourself to this person, but I do think that the fears are going to occasionally creep in, the insecurities might occasionally creep in, and you might also feel as if you have to abandon something or totally release something else in order to move forward with this, which may be the truth. But I think it'll all be worth it in the end. what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. And I don't see you being somebody who doesn't put the effort into their relationships. So I think this is going to be a really positive thing for you to move forward with. This is already somebody that you're connected to or somebody that you know. I don't think this is like a love at first sight type of thing. I think that this is somebody maybe you've been talking to, potentially even visualizing a future with, and you just weren't sure if they felt the same about you or if they were as serious about you as you are about them. Maybe the timing's a little bit off for their offer, but I think that eventually you're going to come around and realize that this is everything that you've been wanting, manifesting, and asking for. All right, Taurus, this is what I have for you guys. I hope that this was helpful or enlightening. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And I will see you next time.